The 511 Rush 24, let's check it out. .511 started out in 2004, and I was first introduced to .511 with some TacLite Pro tactical pants that I actually saw on Nothing Fancy. I saw one of his reviews. I did my own review on those pants, and I've had those pants for about 6 years, and I still wear them today. They're just good, solid, very durable pants. They also released, of course, their Rush Series backpacks. I did a review on the Rush 12, which is just an excellent backpack. Again, I still have that backpack and I use it regularly. Today we're going to take a look at the Rush 24. This is their medium size in the Rush Series. The Rush Series has probably been one of the most popular backpack lines to date. They're just excellent quality. There's a lot of great features, and they're not super expensive, but yet they hold up like a much more expensive bag would. They start out with 1050 denier nylon. It's a good, strong, soft bag. One of the things I like about this bag is that it's just soft. It's packable. I mean, you can pack this. It's not rigid. It just has a really good feel to it. I do have a number of bags that are somewhat rigid. I like those for certain purposes, but I really, for a bag that I'm going to live in and live with, I like that softness. You know, you can use it for a rifle rest, you can use it as a pillow, but it gives you that really strong look. There's MOLLE webbing all along this bag, very ample all along the sides, of course front and on the sides. Even there's some webbing that you can use on the shoulder straps, which this is one of the yoke harnesses. This is very comfortable to wear. In fact, most of your modern backpacks now, more the higher end, are going for this because it just fits around your neck. It evenly distributes the weight of the pack. These are very thick pads, and they're close foam padding. They're going to hold up really nice, and they're stitched very well. And of course, as you see, they've got webbing that comes all the way down, and you can use this for MOLLE. And then here on the other side, same thing. One of the things that you'll notice, though, it does have, of course, a sternum strap. What's really kind of cool about this strap, in one way and another way I don't really like, is it has split rings, so you can actually pull this off and adjust it to another place. The problem with that is in a tough situation or really hard use, this could get dislodged. It'd be very easy for that to come loose. So while I kind of like that, I would really like to see maybe a little bit of security around that buckle. But you do have Fastex buckles here. These are fully adjustable, and there are keepers. You can fold up the excess and stuff it under the elastic keeper. That way it kind of keeps things tidy. I really like that. I don't like strings hanging down or straps. Now here at the bottom of the pack, there are Fastex buckles. They're actually partially protected and hidden, so it's not going to wear on you. One of the things, if they're down here, they kind of wear on your body, but this kind of gets them out of the way and tucks them. Of course, these again are fully adjustable, and you can see the keepers there. Okay, here we have a buckle for a waist strap. Now, one of the cool things about this is I don't typically use a lot of waist straps unless I'm really humping it on a hike, but this is on here. I think on some of the original Rush 24s, they didn't have these buckles. You can see how the webbing is reinforced. I mean, it's triple, quadruple stitched here and then double stitched all through. The larger front pouch is 12.5 inches in width, it's 11 inches deep, and it's 2 inches wide. You've got a hook and loop field right here to put patches, and of course the MOLLE is just triple, quadruple stitched. You got double zippers. These are YKK zippers, and they just pull all the way down. One thing I do like is that it's like a clamshell, so it really opens up. Behind the front panel, it's a very large, roomy area. In fact, I've got 2 AR-15 magazines stuffed in there. The pouches here is a lot of organization. This is a great admin section. There's some little keepers here that you can put different things to keep it held into place. And then there are pouches that run behind it. So you're not dedicated to those keepers. You've got spots in between. Great area for pens. Another little pouch here, another open pouch here, and then we have a zippered pouch. So you can tuck away things that you want to keep organized. Great way to know where your gear is. It does have some of the little keepers right here, and you can put some keys on here, or like I've got this little, got the flashlight, but keeps things really handy. One thing great about YKK zippers too is they're self-lubricating, self-healing, so they last a long time. And the more you use them, the smoother they get. Now here on this top pouch, which is really cool, of course you've got your webbing, you've got your hook and loop field, you can put tapers on there like I've got. The great thing about this is it's 2 separate pouches. It really helps to organize your gear. And then of course we have this mesh, which I love mesh because you can see what you've got in here. I can get right to it. I can actually keep things in here as well, and then I've got my phone right here. What's really cool about that is this has a fleece interior. So it's going to keep your phone very well protected. It's front and back. And I have an iPhone 6 and it fits down in here with room to spare. Again, got another zipper here. Open it up and it's the exact same thing. Mesh pocket. We've got a place to really protect with the fleece inside. Makes it really nice, and again, keeping that solid. That's something that I've not really seen a lot of, is the dual pouches like that, and these are completely separated. Now right here behind the yoke, we have another pocket, and this is fleece lined, and of course keeping a pair of sunglasses or your phone or whatever else kind of keeps it up above, and I really like these pouches. Here you can see the grab handle is very well executed. I mean, the stitching is just, I mean, it's been double, triple, quadruple stitched all around this area. And of course on the other side. Now this is a place for your bladder, hydration bladder tube. You can bring it out, keeps it closed, and there's one on the other side. The grab handle, good and solid, double stitched. One of the things I love is to have a good solid grab handle, because I typically grab my bags like this and transport them around unless I have them on my back. And to be honest with you guys, and most of you are like this, I end up doing this more than I shoulder it. But if I'm going somewhere, I can just grab it, throw it in the truck, and I'm ready to go. Now of course with the MOLLE webbing you can put all kind of different pouches and places to put water bottles, but I really like this particular pouch because you don't really need that exterior. You can put a water bottle right in here, and this is a really large bottle. It comes all the way up, so this is as long as you're going to probably have. The inside has kind of a nylon feel to it, and it just is very soft, but it just tucks away, and I really like that feature. It's not hanging off the bag, and that's one thing I really don't like. I really don't like to use a lot of MOLLE pouches and things on my bag. I like to be able to get everything inside. I will put a knife or things like that I need to get to quickly, but otherwise I like to keep it kind of trim. And here on the other side, same thing, nice pouch, and good for keeping a knife, keeping whatever that's long. So you've got a lot of space that's narrow and long. We do have compression straps. They're just at the top, and of course they're fully adjustable. Here's the other compression strap. Compression straps are really important to have. It really helps you to cinch up your gear. Unfortunately, they don't have one down at the bottom, which I'd really like to see. That would be, to me, a big plus for this bag. But it does have the elastic keepers, and I like that. And of course, the Duraflex buckles. Now here on the back, we have padded areas here and here, and then of course down at your kidneys. This is kind of has a little bit of slickness, what I really feel like is nylon. And that way it slides off your back, or it doesn't rub your back. It just kind of glides back and forth. And then you have the regular Cordura material in here, which gives you a little bit of breathing room around your back. Guys, I'm telling you, this bag is super comfortable to wear. I've been using this bag quite a bit, even doing a lot of range footage shooting with it. And with the yoke, and then with this, even though it was extremely hot, every time I took it out. So, but that's really where it proves itself. Down here at the bottom you have a grommet, and then you have these little rubberized pads. I like that because it does help to keep those secured to your hip. So while this slides on and off, this gives you a little bit of stability right here on the hips. And then we have zippers on either side. Now these come either one way or the other. And so we're going to bring it around this way and open it up. Now this is where your hydration bladder goes. Obviously you can slide it down in here. In the back here we have a card, and this gives you somewhat of an internal frame. This is great for carrying a pack. It keeps the shape, it keeps it on your back aligned, and really having a card, especially if you're going to be really trekking it. Cards are invaluable, especially if you're not using a regular frame. But this can be removed if you want to pull it out. Velcro keepers here. You have a little Velcro here to be able to keep your bladder in place. Now this is if you want to have a bladder here. I would rather though have one for bladder and maybe have a hook and loop field here so I could put a concealed carry in here. Guys, let's just be honest. I keep my concealed carry on my person most of the time. So while this is nice to have maybe a backup, and especially if I'm going out of town, I like to have a pack that I can keep a firearm, but really overall it's usually on my hip. And here at the bottom of the bag we have grommets, and then we have some little attachments, some webbing attachments. You could put a tent or a sleeping bag and wrap it up right here. I would really like to see maybe some rubberized coating on the bottom, but this is water resistant. Now one thing that I do like is the cover that goes over the zippers. This kind of helps protect any kind of moisture or water that's just being poured to go into the zipper area, and zippers are vulnerable for moisture and water. This just kind of covers it up. You have it on the bottom one as well, not so much on this one, but I do like that feature. Of course, to get into the main compartment we're going to have to release our compression straps. They do have these pulls that are very easy to grab, and it does have the 511 logo on here. But one thing I love about this bag is how it just opens up. There's a large compartment, but there's a lot of organizational pouches that are in here. So we're just going to pull out a couple of the items. As you can see, it's a good ample area. Here we have at the top, we have a mesh pocket right here, but what's really cool is that you have the mesh that opens up this way. That way you can open it up from stuff falling out one way or the other, or if you want to get to something that's really packed tight, that'll give you that kind of option. And then here we have another mesh pocket. Really like these mesh pockets. They have a lot of, they're airy, they're not like covered. And then you can keep materials in here. It does not have a zipper underneath. Then we have a standard pouch that's covered up. You can keep different things in there. It's pretty roomy. Now one of the things about this pocket is that if you really pack that up, it's going to fill the bottom of the bag. This one, and then we have another pouch right here, and this has a pull where you can tighten this down. But when you do, the bottom of the bag, about 4 inches or so, has been filled up, which if you didn't have these pouches, you would fill them up anyway with that. So I don't really necessarily see that as a con, but it's just something to consider. If you're going to stuff these full of gear and whatever, it's going to take up room here. Then we have another mesh pocket right here with a zipper, and it's very roomy. Then right here we have the fleece pocket that you put your eyeglasses in. It's just hanging down. Again, you have your area to be able to put your hydration bladder. The bag is 2,875 cubic inches or 37 liters. So you've got a really large bag. It's going to give you just a lot of room. Now while this bag does fold all the way out, you can actually stop the zipper part way if you want to get to things just at the top. You can set your priorities that way, just at the pouches that you have on top. Or if you really want to get in there and you want to open it up, you've got the room you need. Then it closes up. Zippers, again, super smooth. Now these bags are water resistant. They're not waterproof. Typically the webbing will retain some water. Most of this, we're going to check to see if it came through. And it holds up pretty well. There's no moisture inside. I think that if you really got this in a lot of water, it would kind of seep through. Actually, after checking this inside pocket, there is a little bit of moisture in there. It's not water, but I can feel the moisture seeping through. So you want to be careful if you get these bags too wet. You're going to have to just make sure you don't get this. This may seep through. Now the Rush 24 comes in a number of colors. It's black, sandstone, multicam, OD green. This is the flat dark earth version, and then they have gray. So number of colors and a lot of choices. Now the pack retails for $129.99 on the 511tactical.com website. Now this is 511's most popular tactical bag. They sell more of these than any other in their tactical line series. You can find out more information at 511tactical.com. There's a lot of different sources on the internet to find them, but really I was seeing the prices really hovering still around that retail price range because they're just solid bags and they're really well made. So, you know, check out the 511 if you're looking for a good, to me, even though this is the 24, this is a good 2-day pack. The standard Rush 12 to me is a good day pack. Pros and cons of the bag, the sternum strap, definitely I would like to see a little more security on it. It is water resistant, but it's definitely not waterproof, and if you get this wet you're going to have to check things out. But really overall it's a very solid pack. It wears well, especially on long periods. If you're in a lot of action or activity, it also handles well. A lot of the way the material's made, it just moves with your body. And of course the number of pouches and the way they've set these up, I really like this pack. Now 511 sent me the Rush 24 upon my request, color and everything, and I've been really wanting to try out the larger brother to my Rush 12. Just an excellent backpack, guys. I'm telling you, if you pick up one of these, you'll be using one of these for years. Possibly even pass it down to your kids. Just a good solid bag. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America, long live the Republic. It has a felt or a velour, the plush fleece. Okay. Both days, even though cards are indefinite. I mean, one of the things about Maxpedition is now I want to thank 511. Now I contacted 511 is making